I have a confession to make. I like ephemera. I like popular culture. Some bookstores specialize in art and the great writings of mankind and that sort of thing. In my case, or in our case, we like popular culture, and we especially like what we call ephemera. Here we are in the middle of Florida, in the heat of Florida, and what we have here is a fan. Not so long ago, almost every business had advertising on one of these fans. This one happens to be an ambulance service, maybe overcoming heat stroke or something like that. If you went on up to Gainesville in the middle of summer in the 40s, you might want to wear your sunshade like this and that very special gaiter on this sort of thing. Over in Tampa at the time, in the 1940s, we have facts about Tampa, Florida, and of course airplanes, because World War II was going on in the sky above it, and smokestacks above. A little bit earlier, one of the main products or businesses in Hillsborough County, Florida, was indeed agriculture. Here we have an old 1920s or 30s pamphlet advertising Hillsborough County agriculture. Going back even another decade, here in this area, people came down in their Model T Fords with a camper on the back. They called them tin can campers. And there were special parks, one of them not too far from my bookstore here, that catered to tin can campers, people who camped out of the back of their Model T Fords. All of these things are indicative of just the kinds of things that are around that allow us to give a snapshot into the world in those days. Here's an old telephone directory. You can imagine a major city in this area having a telephone directory just this thick. And of course there were many, many different kinds of roadside attractions in those days to gather in the tourists, give them something interesting to look at. And of course our Disney World is the progeny of those days. In any case, the important thing is that all of these things give us a little bit of a snapshot, give us a little bit of a view of what was going on at that time. And the same things can be found for any area, whether you're from Columbus, Ohio, or Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or even Tokyo, Japan. There are all sorts of things that were produced just for the moment that we look at now and we say, oh, isn't that interesting? That's a great view of the way things used to be. We hope you are able to find a few in your area and look at the history through new eyes. And one of the great things about ephemera of all kinds is that for the most part it's not very expensive. It's easy to collect these kinds of things, and without too much trouble you can have a nice collection that has great information for not a lot of money. In this case, in the agriculture of Hillsborough County, they're talking a little bit about neglected opportunities. And this pamphlet tells you that at this time in the 30s, a large, steady, and profitable market exists right at the hand for handmade jellies, preserves, and jams. Guava jelly and preserves are standard articles, and you should go right on home and start doing your guava jelly. So something like this we sell for about $35. Our fan here is maybe a $10 item. Our little sunshade here is $5 or $10, something of that nature. In any case, all of these things give you a good idea of the way things used to be, and as I say, they're not very expensive.